If you want respect, you gotta earn it. You damn right.
Once again, it's on. Hard to Earn. We are back in the building. What up, B?
What's going on, Tor?
B, how's your summer going so far, man?
I mean, it hasn't technically started, but in New York, it's summertime.
It's summertime, man.
It's unofficially summertime.
It's unofficially summer.
It's summer.
They've already played Will Smith.
It's summering.
I don't care what the weather's doing. Once I hear Will Smith for the first time in the season,
right? When you hear that drum roll,
drums, please.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
it's summer madness.
It's funny. I was just with Corey Towns, Jazzy Jeff's son.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? The God.
sir.
So yeah, man. No, it's already summering in Brooklyn. I'm assuming everywhere else. I haven't made it up. I missed the block party in Harlem on Saturday.
That looked tough.
Afro beats and traps. It looked crazy.
That looked tough.
Can't be everywhere, man. I'm not trying to be, but I'm trying to be those right spots.
Got to be at the right place.
You're everywhere.
No. I'm literally at the right. I'm only at the right places.
Only at the right places.
I'm only at the right places.
You're right. You got a lot of right places. It's a lot of step and repeats. I see.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We're in the right place right now, though. B. As we were doing, or rather, when I was kind of sitting here just going through pre-show, listening and ritual, our esteemed third partner, I guess, Ty, was like, "Yo, wait, we doing Beyonce today? How long has this been?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's a 20-piece, man.
20. She has had a 20 run.
This is a 20-piece right here.
20-piece run. She has not let up.
Oh no. She's got
not let up.
20 summers, right?
She's on tour right now.
Yeah, these
rappers,
rappers be making these songs about how many summers they ran.
Yeah.
Beyonce really outside, man.
She's on tour right now.
Dangerously in Love. This is the debut though. Debut solo.
Yeah.
This is off of a very successful Destiny Child run.
Absolutely.
The last album was 2001 Survivor. Prior to this release. Yep. And, Beyonce kind of rolled out a few records kind of to preview. But I think it was inevitable. I think everybody always knew that she would go
Mike was going to make off
that
the
Mike
wall.
was going
Mike was going
to moonwalk one time for the one. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it was, you know what?
Yeah,
we got to get into it.
Yeah,
we're just gonna have to get.
It was
the start of this new episode
absolutely,
of
man.
Hard to Earn. So. When Beyonce decides to drop this record, obviously the first single, Crazy in Love, which is the first record on the album as well. You hear Crazy in Love. We know that she's coming. But for me, I was watching the strategy behind it. Because for as who we know Beyonce to be right now, Beyonce wasn't really heavy in the hood. Coming off Destiny's Child.
No.
They were seen as a pop group.
Absolutely.
They were definitely more TRL than 106 in Park.
She didn't get gutted until she got with Slim Thug.
Right. When she got with Thug, when she went back to her Texas roots.
When she get back to them Texas roots, them Houston roots. Yeah, man, that's when she got. But right now, it's really just based off of her being a pop princess, inevitably going to go solo, like MJ, like a Lauryn Hill.
Don't ever leave out Cisco, God. Don't leave out Cisco. We knew he was gonna go solo,
I just said MJ, and Lauryn Hill,
and then I threw Cisco right in there because you're supposed to start with Cisco. That's why you messed up the order.
Really like Cisco.
Cisco's
I'm making a point here.
Cisco was excellent.
Cisco's excellent. Anyway, short-lived, but excellent.
Double entendre.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, you're right. We weren't really connected to the streets. Like that's why she needed that Jay-Z cosign. You know what I mean? And of course, we're coming off of the rumors about about them two as well. So him being on the first single, needing that street edge because 2003 Jay-Z, like it's
They had already done Bonnie and Clyde too.
Yes, for his album.
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde had already come. So
that's Blueprint too.
Yeah, so we've been seeing them out. The rumors are circulating. If you paying attention, there's definitely been talk. Yeah. So for her to come with this first single, Crazy in Love,
big
featuring Jay-Z, it pretty much tied that whole thing together 100%. In a bow. 100%. How do we feel about it musically, though?
Musically. Now, I don't know if you can take you back 2003.
Take me back.
If you remember, there was a big record out by another young lady called One Thing. A-Marie.
A-Marie Rogers. Incredible A-Marie.
Pretty little thing.
Yeah.
Little thing.
What a beautiful human.
I mean, great voice. And also dope ass fucking first album too. Her debut was fucking fire too. She had bops on there.
Tough.
But anyway,
first two actually.
First two it's really tough. You're right. And but like her co-pilot production wise was Rich Harrison.
Yes.
He had that
The great
sound.
Rich Harrison.
The great Rich Harrison, right? He brought up a lot of that go-go sound and meshing that with pop music and urban music and creating that his own sound that was very rich and DC flavored. Like, I mean, loved it. So you hear Crazy in Love, it makes you think about One Thing. Mm-hmm. And I love One Thing.
I mean,
so it took a little bit away from this song. I will say that. But this song is, I mean, no pun intended. This song is pretty. It's huge. It's in the museum. And
definitely in the museum.
Definitely in the museum. And it's a big joint. You know what I'm saying? She vocally sounds good. Jay murks it. I mean, people don't. Jay-Z fans don't usually refer to this verse because it's a pop record as one of his best performances, but it's a fucking.
Nah, he was going crazy.
It's a fucking 10 verse.
Multiple flows, multiple pockets. He's
and
talking crazy.
The wordsmith is
he talking
stupid.
crazy.
Shout out to Nick Van Exel. First of all.
He's crazy. He's going. The genuine artist will not see. If anything, start like more like crazy. Jay-Z in the crazy. He can't figure out. Hey, is he? Yes, sir. Like Why? Why do you act like that?
Son, yes, sir. From a different cloth,
my texture is the best. I'm chinchilla.
Wow.
I've been ill.
Yeah. Anyway.
So here's what I got.
Go ahead.
Produced by the great Rich Harrison.
Yes,
he did A-Marie's first 2 albums. We already love this sound, right? A-Marie has some really popular records at this point. If you just of the culture, even if you had never voyaged down to DC, it's something about that go-go sound, the way that the way those drums move, the way that swing is, that it resonates with you, right? So we love this sound. Obviously, Hove is Hove. We already loved Hove. This for me was a kind of safe space record.
Absolutely.
And
it's a first solo record.
It's a pretty safe bet.
Right. They're making sure that we do not fail.
Yeah, we can't fuck this up.
Absolutely.
We can't fuck this up. I got everything that you said. Yeah. And I mean, as we can get into rating now, but I do take points off because it is coming off of that wave that A-Marie and Rich started.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, 100%.
Guess what?
That's it.
That happens a lot in this album.
Ooh. She borrows a lot.
Huh.
But she also borrows intentionally a lot too.
Oh, yeah. It's not this. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just a thing.
It's a very music industry
It's
album,
just one
bro.
thing.
It's a
safe. You'll hear me utilize that word a lot. If you want to come up with some adjectives for me, let me know.
I got you. Some synonyms. I got you.
Yeah, you want to come with some synonyms? Yeah,
I got you.
But with all of that said, it's still an incredible record.
Big record. Massive
It doesn't stop. It still goes. You know, it did exactly what it needed to do.
Exactly.
And I can't be mad at that.
A bullseye.
It's a tough record.
Yeah, tough record.
Tough enough. I went back and forth between the 9 and the 9.5.
Me too. I settled on a 9.
You settled on a 9?
Yeah.
I bumped up to a 9.5 because I do think it's better than the 9s that I gave.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not even okay.
I think it's a better record than the 9s that I gave
on this album.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's be interested.
This album is extremely top heavy.
Okay.
Extremely top heavy.
The
biggest records. Dolly Parton. The biggest records are at the top, right? And a lot of.
For the coach.
Well, I can't shake it.
Yo, you say that's handshake worthy?
You are the coach. my man took it back with the Cocoa Pops. Go Ja Rule. Shout out to Ja Rule. It's all right. Anyway, that was a time, boy. But yeah, like again, super top heavy. This album. They put the biggest records. I mean, we're basically going to be in the museum for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then we get into her experimental stuff, right? The covers, the experimental stuff towards later in the album. And, there's some hit and some misses. So, let's get into it, though.
Let's get into it. So what'd you give Crazy in Love?
It's a 9.
Give it 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so a 9 over there, 9.5 over here. Naughty Girl. Big bop.
It's my favorite record on the album.
Big bop. Scott Storch on production.
Oof.
I mean,
this is when Scotch had that. It's when he had 50 and Beyonce.
He was scorching hot. He was scorching hot, and not just them. I mean, his work with T.S.
I'm not talking about the sound though. This sound,
Oh,
you can hear a little bit in this song.
I'm about to say this is a little. So a little bit comes because I wanted to do the research. A
After.
little bit comes 2 years after.
Yeah, after, yeah.
I said, oh nah, he spent the beat. He spent the block and spent the beat 2 years later.
No. 50 put it out 2 years later. He probably made this. Probably the same
it.
batch.
He might have made it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It might have been the same beat tape.
Yeah, 50 was like, I like this.
I like
this
I like
naughty
what this,
record.
yeah, I like what
naughty
this is
record.
doing.
Yeah.
Let me come behind this and do something.
How do we greasy this up?
Yeah, but it is very much a little bit.
It's my shit. I love this song.
Donna Summers, Love to Love You in there. You know you love those moments.
You already know. Fire documentary, by the way.
The Donna Summer joint. I forgot about it.
Tough.
I forgot about it. I gotta check it.
Her daughter actually directed.
I gotta check it. Yeah. Shout to
It's a good joint.
to Jillian from Lion Babe. I know she had a part of it. I think I've seen her do some promo or something for it, and I bookmarked it, but I didn't watch it yet. So thank you for reminding me.
Good joint.
Vocally, I like where Beyonce is at.
She's wailing.
You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get a lot of, I guess maybe on the last Destiny Child album it got a little more ballady.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were not really going through those albums like that, if you were just a surface fan, I mean, I wasn't running to the store to buy Destiny Child album for sure. You know she looks good. You know they could dance, but you very much just taking it as any other pop trio at where they eventually ended up, or quartet before. But you don't know if Beyonce really can give it up if you are if you were just a surface-based fan.
Nah, bro. She gets
so
all the way back.
When you get here and you get a chance to kind of see what she's doing
all the way back.
vocally, you got to respect it. Talk to me, your favorite joint.
No, it's top to bottom. It's fucking it's incredible, man. I mean, the beat keeps you interested. It switches up on you at the right point. She's having fun with it. Her ad-libs add another dimension to it, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can see she does so much with her, with so much with her voice too. Like she plays with it as well. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm going back to like this album, right? And kind of looking at it as a whole body of work. Like you saw it. This is really like rookie year Beyonce. And you kind of see where she stumbles and trying to find her way from her pen to her vocal arrangements, who she works with, who she doesn't, what works and what doesn't. You know what I mean? And I thought this is one of those joints where she just kind of like slapped it out the park, man. Really, like I don't really have a lot of criticism with this song, man.
What'd you give it?
Gave it 9.5.
9.5?
Yeah.
9.5 here as well.
Yeah.
Tough joint.
Yeah.
We still in the museum, B?
Yeah.
Baby Boy?
Yes.
Featuring Sean DePaul?
Yes, absolutely.
I know you're gonna like it. They knew you gonna like it, B. They put it in the song before the song came. I know you're gonna like it.
I know you're gonna like it.
They listen back to they say, yo, go back in the booth. I gotta ask something.
That's hypnosis right there, man.
Yeah. They try to gas it. So yes, Baby Boy featuring Sean Paul.
Who's on Fuego.
Yeah. He's scorching. Ata, yo.
What?
That's him.
Yeah. Shout out to Tanisha Scott too.
Big facts.
Lil Lex.
Another Scott Storch joint. Yeah. Just, I mean, a good dance hall R&B collabo.
Good joint. Good pop. It's pop dance hall.
It's
pop dance hall.
Facts. It made me go back, right? As I was listening, I was like, yo, good pop, dance hall.
Yeah.
But I had to go back to Beanie and Maya.
Oh,
I had to go back to the Girl Dem Sugar.
That's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's not fair.
This is a sidebar. We taking it. We sidebar right now.
No comparison.
It's not a comparison because
man.
that's a far superior record. But I had to go back because it automatically made me think, wow, what are the other, great pop, dance hall R&B joints, right? And I mean, that's probably at the top of my list.
I gotta think
that's one of the ones. Because a lot of them aren't collaborations between R&B artists and reggae artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking about I'm Still in Love, but Sasha is a dancehall artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, incredible.
That's roots.
That's
right
incredible.
That's
that's just roots. That's just roots and ting. You know what I mean?
Man, I love that.
It's so good. I even went back to, because I'm thinking Neptunes, I even went back to Beanie and Janet. That Feeling Boy.
But that ain't.
That ain't. But that was tough, right? I like that record. I like that record.
I like it, but I don't think it compares to.
No. But I'm just saying, as I was
I like
going
Baby
through,
Boy more than a Janet record.
I was going through the joints, and so then I ended up, obviously, let's take our detour back.
That's a good little practice.
I took a little run, right? I took a nice little run.
I like that.
This is huge. This is a huge hit record.
Especially for 2003, bro.
It's a huge, this is
you
an
don't even see it
enormous
coming,
record.
really.
Right.
Like he's cooking over there.
Yeah.
He's in yard.
Right.
She's cooking over here in the pop world.
Right.
And they come together and it's like, oh, this could go terrible, and it doesn't.
Nah, it worked.
It worked.
They made it work.
It worked very well.
Do not neglect the fact that Scott Storch is a part of this.
Let's please not.
You know what I mean?
That's like that. This motherfucker's been cooking for 2 joints.
Right.
He's in 2 museum Beyonce records. He produced 2 museum records and like back to back on the album. Like I say it's so fucking top heavy.
To your point though, this could have went terribly wrong.
So bad.
Beyonce
and
Sean Paul over Scott Storch.
Bro.
That sounds dangerous, bro. No pun.
All we needed was Beyonce to try to her patois.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
It would have been downhill.
It would have been all bad.
Downhill.
You
man.
done know. But,
Done
but everybody stayed in their respective lanes and brought their A game to the studio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have my. So I do have Beyonce is covering all grounds, right? Mm-hmm. She's already given us the A. Marie, that's worked already. Mm-hmm. Sean Paul is on fire. Mm-hmm. Scott Storch is on fire.
Very music industry album, man.
Yo, listen, I'm putting together I'm putting together a thread.
I'm through line. I already know where you're going. And
like,
you were right. Yeah.
This is what I'm noticing on this record. Like, oh, this is another. Even for as risky as it sounds on paper, it's kind of a safe bet because Sean Paul is Sean Paul. He's going crazy. Scott Storch is going crazy.
I would never call this a safe bet.
I think it's safe because it worked. It makes sense. It's like, yo, if it worked, it makes sense. And if it don't work, it was a terrible idea.
But
the elements that they put together.
Yeah, but that's what musicians do. I mean, like there's probably some terrible records they tried that didn't work and we never made the album. That always is the case, right?
The elements they put together made it work.
They knew they like if this works, it's gonna be great. Scott Storch, Sean Paul, 2003, Beyonce. Let's see what we can do. Also showing her range, right? Because what does she want? She wants a wider audience. She wants that. She wants that international money. You know
she wants to be everything she's become.
She's become exactly.
She wants to stop. She was setting it up.
She wants to be the queen for fucking 20 years straight.
Oh, she wants to have like a high.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
exactly,
got it.
You know
Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
Not one of my favorite records though.
Baby Boy.
Personally.
Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Really?
Not
Why?
one of my favorite records.
Why? What don't you like about it?
It felt kind of contrived.
I mean, it's a pop record. I mean, pop.
Yeah.
I think pop is just contrived.
But even the ones
but it works. But it bops though. Is what I'm saying. Like it works.
It's not a bad record. I understand why the record goes, and I'm never gonna be like, "Oh, turn that off." Yeah. My personal palette, not one of my favorites. And I have pop records that I love, records that I'm not supposed to care about that I love. Yeah. This is just not one of them for me.
Yeah, I love this record.
Word, love it like.
And it still bops.
Love it like
9.
Love it like 9.
Yeah, I love it like 9.
I like it like 8.5.
Like 8.5? Okay.
Yeah, I like it like 8.5.
Yeah, man.
Hip hop Oh, wait.
I was saying the only thing I took away from it is just it's very pop right there.
It's a pop joint.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like it bops though.
Hip Hop Star featuring Big Boy and Sleepy Brown.
Yeah, and this is where the music industry concentrated.
Produced by Bryce Wilson
I thought Big Boy produced. Okay.
Of Groove Theory fame. I mean, if you know Bryce, you know he's done way more than that. But for all intents and purposes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is where it goes wrong. This is where the industry, because again, 2003, Outkast, they're Grammy winners. They're the number one rap group in hip hop.
We love Outkast.
In pop, yeah, we love Outkast. We haven't done Outkast in the studio yet.
We haven't.
Okay, we gotta get to that. But anyway, so yeah, like Big Boy, Dre are on fucking Grammy fire. They are the number one hip hop group in the world. Big Boy also they got the streets too. Big Boy is that street anchor. So she tries to bring that Southern pimp shit. You know, I thought the beat sounds like a fucking alt Outkast beat. Honestly, it doesn't sound like a Beyonce beat at all. I don't fucking even understand this song.
I forgot this record existed. How about that?
Same.
I was like, oh shit.
Same.
I totally erased this song.
There's a couple of songs I forgot. I forgot. Actually, yeah.
This one I definitely forgot. If I'd have been on a quiz show and they'd have been like the Big Boy Beyonce record, I'd have been like, huh?
I think this
and
record,
I pride myself on being in the Beehive.
Oh, funny. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Do you?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I just got kicked out. Yeah, I just got kicked out. I'm on hiatus.
Nigga said I got kicked out.
So Big Boy did his thing, riding the beat. The beat is a little unorthodox, but he's riding it because that's where he lives in that space, right? I love Sleepy Brown. Didn't really love him on this particular record. I do think if it was a full Outkast record, it would have been kind of tougher. Because I'm not mad at the joint.
I'm not mad at the beat.
I'm not mad at the joint.
I'm mad at the production. I don't like this song though.
Okay.
I don't like the song. It seems like a fucking reach. You talking about contrived? This sounds very contrived. Like even Beyonce, her performance, she sounds out of place. She doesn't sound comfortable. And Beyonce usually she takes over a song. She sounds out of place with this. It sounds like a Outkast joint. Like a Dre verse would have been crazy.
Yeah, they was like, you need it. They was like, you got to do this.
And it was, I'm sure it was supposed to be Outkast on this.
Right.
But you know, Dre.
Dre
Dre turned down
Dre don't come outside.
Dre turned down Jay. Jay wanted Outkast to be on Parking Lot Pimpin'.
I think I heard that.
And Dre was like, what am I talking about? Like, what am I?
Man, what were you talking about on any time, man?
About it. Just talk about your spaceship.
Yeah, well, you just talk about anything, bro. It's fine. Just do it in 16 bars
exactly.
or 24.
Just rap about cauliflowers.
Whatever
like,
you
work.
We're gonna put it. We're gonna make it come together.
It's gonna work.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna work. That fucking Drake Killer Mike shit is crazy too.
Yeah, he went. That's scientifical.
Yeah,
that's
literally,
scientifical.
Yeah.
It's scientifical.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't have a lot to say about this record. I said Beyonce has a playful vocal. So when you saying out of place, it didn't sound. When I say playful, it didn't feel super intentional. It didn't feel super like you said commanding.
She doesn't sound comfortable.
Yeah,
it was. She doesn't own it. Like she doesn't sound like the queen that she is.
There wasn't the presence that we know
it was
her
like
to
they
have
were trying to make a fucking
record.
Beyonce with Outkast feature. Like that's what it sounds like, and it just experiment.
And it's also a weird collab because she's just not familiar in these spaces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's safe because they already big boy is big boy. So, you know, if you're trying to
ain't nothing safe about that beat.
It's safe when you try to put it together.
This sounds like something that should be rapped on. Like that's not even an R&B beat.
What I'm saying is for the industry standard, if you have an option between Paul Wall and Big Boy in 2003, that's what you pick. That was the point I was making.
In 2023.
I love both of those guys.
Same.
I gave it to 8.
7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
All right. Be With You.
Yeah, man.
Now we're gonna get to some soul.
We're
gonna get to some soul, man. Which I'm not mad at. First, like Soulful Phil.
I mean, another,
on the album.
She has a couple of remakes on this album. Man. You know, she borrowed.
So on here, she uses the melody from Strawberry Letter 23.
Yeah, and
she uses George Clinton, Rather Be With You. Bootsy, Rather Be With You. Interpolation.
Is she trying to eat Adina Howard's food on this?
Wait, talk to me.
Yo, freaking! This is the freaking you sample.
Is it?
That's the hook, bro. We can pop. That's the hook.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that. I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, Adina Howard is no disrespect. She's an afterthought at this point, though.
Freaking You is still.
For sure.
That will be a classic forever.
T-shirts and panties.
But again, great performance though. I like this record.
I've been waiting for like this type of vocal performance on this album because the unfair advantage that I have in 2023 is that I already know what Beyonce can do. Right. So I'm like, when did it happen on the first album? You know what I'm saying? When did it happen? When did we kind of get a full showing of it? We got a little glimpse earlier, but a full showing of it, I think we get more so on Be With You. Yeah, I don't have a lot about it. I like the fact that it's a soulful feel. I love the Strawberry 23 melody that she uses
the production
for the verses. Production is dope.
The keys and all
Love
that.
to Rather Be With You. That's one of my favorite joints. So yeah, they made it happen. I give it 8.5.
9.
Give it 9?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I love her vocal performance.
Look at you.
Performance is tough.
Me, myself, and 9.
Oof, big.
Big tune.
Big tune. Barred up.
Another Scott Storch joint.
This is barred up, man.
It is very so let me see. What did I put? It's like a credo, right? Me, myself, and I is all I got in the end. Yeah. You know, it's empowering.
It's self-love.
Yeah. And although self-love is applicable to all, I do think that it resonates more with the women 100%. On this joint because of what she does with the entirety
it's kind
of the song.
It's kind of like an extension of like independent woman, right?
Right.
It's like I don't need a fucking man. I can do it on my own, right? Right. We should all be trying to be codependent, not independent, but that's another story. And you know, it's like, but it's also like fuck everybody, right? Basically, that's what the song is. When you get hurt, it's like fuck everybody. I don't need anybody.
I don't know if she was going that hard with it. I think it was.
No, I don't think she was going that hard to like direct with it, but I think she's also leaning into those people who feel like that. Like, I'll be my best friend. Basically, like, yo, fuck everybody. Like, I'm a word. And I mean, the thing is, it's like, it shouldn't be like, fuck everybody. I don't need anybody, right? Because again, I think everybody should be codependent, but it really should be about you gotta love yourself more than anybody before you love anyone else.
For sure.
Like no matter who. I mean, even your children. If you ain't fucking loving yourself properly, you ain't gonna love them properly.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
That's I feel like I took more of it, but I think she was tapping into the people who not probably seeing that high minded.
Yeah, I think that
who just hurt.
I think that the verses lean more to a failed relationship, but the chorus is much bigger.
Yeah,
the chorus is is a multi-purposeful, multifunctional like manifesto, if you will, about self-love.
And who's this dude being warned by his parents and his family and his best friend?
I was like, his son in the circle is that tight.
Not at all, son. Your family warned her, and your main man
on the low
warned you.
Yeah, They
either gotta get your chakras right, or you're fucking the wrong people are from around you. Because
he's just a fuck person. Because if everybody's Team Beyonce and they his people,
right.
Yeah, he's just not a good guy.
Right.
He's not a good human. This record was never a favorite of mine, though.
No.
Of Torae's.
Couldn't say that.
Nope.
Couldn't say it wasn't. What don't you like about it?
It's not very pleasing to my ear.
Really?
I don't. Yeah,
it's like almost like background music, almost kind of.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It just it never rang for me.
Really?
Like I got it. I understand why it works and why people like it.
I love that bridge though.
I love the bridge. The bridge is dope. Yeah. She sounds good on it.
She sounds great.
It's just not a favorite of mine.
It's kind of light. It's kind of light Beyonce though. It's kind of light Beyonce.
I feel like it's safe.
Oh, it's super safe.
And it's boring.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Now we go with synonyms. It's safe. It's boring.
Yeah,
shit.
It's a little boring. It's a little boring. The beat doesn't do much. You know what I'm saying?
Production-wise.
Yeah. Production-wise, it doesn't do much. And she's singing it kind of like airy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she's not heavy on the beat. And so I get why it works. I get why people like it. It kind of gives me a little West Coast feel too. Mm-hmm. You know, like the Wah-Wah. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels a little West Coasty. Just a cool joint to me, but it wasn't one of my favorites.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's a big record still. I think it's a big record.
Very big record.
It's
tons of records have gone multi-platinum that I did not like.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Yeah, shout out to MC Hammer.
Wow, we're not finna do that. I love Can't Touch This.
I know you do. That's what I'm saying.
It's a good tune, man. It's a good
tune.
I
like Rick James, man.
Every time you see me, the hammer is so hype. I'm dope on the floor and the magic on the mic. Now, why would I ever stop doing this? Nah, Hammer was really going. But yes, we love the original from Rick James. Anyway,
Me, Myself, and I think is a big joint. I think I like it a little more than you do.
We shall see.
Hook is beautiful. I think the first verse is writing wise, it gets a little nervous, but she kills it on the second verse, like murks it. The bridge I told you I love brings it all together. Yeah, man, I think it's a big joint. I gave it a 9, man.
Gave it a 9?
Yeah.
Okay, I gave it an 8.
Give it 8? Okay.
Yeah, gave it an 8.
Okay, and then we're on to Yes. Yes.
I want to know where we really gonna.
Yeah, it's about to get interesting.
I want to know where we really gonna separate ourselves.
This is where the album gets interesting.
Produced by Focus. 3 Dots. Out to my brother Focus. Always liked this song.
Really?
Yep. Always liked Yes. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at the camera.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the sentiment, right? The sentiment of it, because it's like, bigger than what this song is, it's like you could do a million things for a person, right? You can always show up for a person. You can do your best. And the first time that you cannot, answer or be at their beck and call, it could turn into the biggest issue in the world. It's like, yo, bro, out of 100 times, I was there 99. But you want to focus on this one time. And it's like, the first time I say no was like I never said yes. And I don't know if that resonates with me, because I feel like that's like a reoccurring theme in my own life. Or if it's just one of those worldly situations that a lot of people can relate to.
Probably both.
But I always like the joint.
Probably both.
Always like the joint.
Did this topic recently really, really, really well?
Tell me.
Kendrick.
Or on what?
What's the title? Can't please everybody. That one. That's what basically the whole song is about, right? That's what the whole song is about.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, before you go on, has an email subject: I can't be all things to all people. You know what I'm saying? And
that's the email subject.
That's not the subject. The signature. The signature in the email.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You can't. You kill yourself trying to please the world.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I like the topic a lot. I don't. Everything you said, you articulated very well. I didn't hear that in this song though. What you just said, I don't hear that in this song. I know what the attempt was, but like, I mean, let's go to the story, right? She's smitten with this guy,
right?
But she said, "Hey, from jump,
right?
You ain't getting
You can't smash.
You're not smashing,
right?"
But he wants to. But he's smitten, but this nigga don't have a place to stay. Okay, so he wants to stay with you, but he can't smash. You let a nigga stay with you that you not gonna smash.
Wait,
it's also.
I don't think she said. I don't think he lived with her though in the story.
He did. You needed some place to stay. She says that.
Okay.
He lived with her.
Okay.
That's what makes this motherfucker even more ungrateful. Like she gave you shelter, mama dude.
Shelter. That's one of the necessities.
She sheltered. Now again,
who closes shelter?
So that's what I'm saying. The way she painted this picture is just weird because like you're smitten with this guy, you let him in your home, doesn't have any place to stay. That's weird. You don't say why, but okay, cool. And then all of a sudden it's like you're saying yes to everything. You let him know what was cool up front, but then he's mad because he's not getting any, right? Yeah, maybe because he thought maybe if he's living with you, he's going to get some, which anybody would.
Yeah, like you can't just get out the shower glistening.
What? We never touched you? First of all, you're Beyonce.
You are still Beyonce.
Yeah, right. You can have on a whole fucking burqa. Like, you're Beyonce, man.
You are Beyonce. It's still going to turn me on.
It's crazy. So, I mean,
you look crazy in that Montclair.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, that's what I'm saying. I love those cargos. But no, what I'm saying. So everything you said, like I love that, and that's like what we loved about that Kendrick song, man. Like I don't think she just delivered it. Like it wasn't believable. For sure, it was annoying. Like, are you naive? Are you picking the wrong dude? Like you brought a dude who needed a home in your crib. Like you thought it was cool to bring in a adult man that you wasn't gonna fuck. Like and then he's mad like because he ain't get it. Like, well, how old is this nigga? Like. It's
the story
wild
for
story.
me. The story for me was weird.
It was
the story is the verses. The chorus and the sentiment in the chorus is still strong and solid to me. But yes, the verses leave a lot to be desired.
That's my
criticism. It's not superior writing. I went back and did the numbers. I was like, Beyonce was 22 when this album dropped. They still kind of riding the innocent girl wave too.
Yes, that is true. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's coming off a big pop success. And her dad's, kind of manning the ship and running the show. Yeah. And they still very much leaning into this innocent, more palatable pop star Beyonce, right?
Waiting for Sex is definitely some youth shit.
Yeah, that's some young shit. For sure. He's at 22.
But he's living with you, though.
Like, that's crazy.
Which is very adult. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, I like the music. I like the music of it. I didn't know Focus when this record came out, obviously, but years later meeting Focus and this being one of my joints and him being one of my just like favorite people and shit. I still love the beat. I still like it's a little different sonically, but I think I think it's tough. And I really like the chorus, but yeah, the verses is a little kind of they kind of crazy. Like the chorus. What did you give it?
8.
8? Yeah. I give 8.5.
Okay.
8.5. Signs. Missy Elliott.
Yes, indeed. This is a Missy Elliott. Written and produced by Missy Elliott. And
it should have been on the Missy album.
Boy, it sounds like a fucking Missy record.
So here we go again.
Yes, right?
Like
2003.
Right. Who's the heaviest hitters, right? Who you can't go wrong with.
2003 Missy?
This is what this album is reading like for the most part. You can't go wrong with these people. yeah.
Come on, man.
I would love to hear Missy's demo of this.
Oh, hell
because it sounds so much. I mean, it's a Missy record.
I'm like, yo, just put fucking Nicole Ray on there already, man. Like,
it's 99.9. Like Maury would say, Maury would say that you are the father of this record.
She's the mama.
Yeah.
This mama, yo.
This record is.
I'm like, damn, this is the fucking Missy record.
It's so Missy,
and I'm like, it's no credit. It's Missy. Like she wrote it, produced it. I'm like.
And she's on it. And she's on it.
Of course. Because, you're going to pay that Missy bill. You got to maximize that shit,
we got to
bro.
max out. We got to max the Missy thing out. So, astrology songs are always interesting because they play off of, not a stereotype per se, but they play off of what your sign is supposed to say about you. right? And obviously we know that we are all individuals, but there are definitely things about.
She did say a Pisces hurt her.
Leave me out of this, bro.
Was that just you? You're not the only Pisces.
I'm the only Pisces. I'm not even the only Pisces in the room. Shout out to my brother.
See?
Look, they trying to slander us, God.
Y'all heard Beyonce. That's crazy.
I would never.
That's crazy.
I promise you I wouldn't.
Beyonce?
Not me.
Terrible.
Not the boy. Yes, very, very much a Missy song, you know, production-wise, feel-wise. Even subject matter is something that, you know, I can see. Yeah, I can see Missy pulling
she
this.
She loves a concept.
She love a good concept. Or no concept at all.
Or what the fuck.
Or no concept
or what the fuck.
At all. You know what I realized in this record? She did the reverse shit on here too.
Yes, absolutely.
She did the reverse shit on here too, which is another like Missy like signature thing.
Right.
But going through the characteristics of each sign, I do like the vocal performance.
She did not.
She didn't.
She did not.
She left you
That's
out?
the annoying. No. She didn't go through the characteristics.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. No, she didn't be much Aquarius. You know, we had every party, baby. You know what I'm saying?
The equipment eye over here.
Exactly. You already know. You know, shout out to Big Boy.
She does attribute certain characteristics to certain signs. Maybe not in detail, but it's not like
I didn't get the connection. So she's just saying
it's
like
not Pharaoh Monch. Like if Pharaoh was
doing
it,
would we want? We want that?
If Tariq was doing it,
make my brain hurt, man.
Yeah,
nobody wants that.
I don't
want to know that much about myself.
And I know me
exactly.
I knew me my whole
life. Chills.
All right. What else?
Cool joint.
Cool joint.
It's very Missy. I do deduct points because it's supposed to be a Beyonce song written by Missy. It's a Missy record performed by Beyonce.
I mean, some records just like all of your sauce oozes through.
Yeah.
And
but again, this is rookie Beyonce.
Right.
Her sauce isn't even established yet.
This is my point, right?
While she's in Jamaica.
So you going through this album and they just picking.
Trying to figure it out.
It's the Illmatic, right? Like, get everybody that's hot.
It's a compilation.
It's gonna be the room.
2023 compilation.
I gave Signs an 8.5.
Okay, I gave it an 8.
Gave it 8? Yeah. Like
I wouldn't call this a great record, but
I say good records. Decent. Some are great, some are good.
It's decent.
Not. I don't think there's anything really bad on here.
No.
Speechless. Fanatic and Sherrod Barnes. This song is sexy as fuck.
Sounds sonically sexy. Yeah.
Not lyrically.
No, not lyrically sexy
No?
at all. No. Yeah, I just wanted more because it's again sounds so sexy. It's breathy Beyonce.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You could have been talking about. You could have been reading the grocery list, bro. The way she sounds on that, it's sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man.
I don't know. I disagree. I gotta pull the lyrics up as far as not lyrically being sexy.
I don't think it's deep writing, but
it's not. Nothing on this album is deep. There's no all of the writing on this album, and
pop.
I don't know.
It's pop.
I don't know what song I get to where I actually stamp that phrase. I don't think we've gotten there yet. But none of the writing, with the exception of like Hov.
Yeah, I don't. I disagree. I think Me, Myself, and I with some really substantial writing.
I disagree.
And I think Dangerously in Love too had some big.
Well, yeah, Dangerously in Love for sure. We didn't get there yet.
Yeah, no.
Nah, this is one of the ones for me, bro. It starts with the guitar opening. It got the guitar solo in it, and then the closing vocals where she's like just ecstasy crooning. All I can say is nah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
She's getting safest sexy record she could make.
Safe is sexy.
Yeah,
it's mad sweat between them. What do you mean safe is sexy?
But without going beyond the line. I think that
what's beyond the line other than Rihanna? I mean Rihanna, yeah, no doubt. But
right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, like,
but
you think like
the whole song is them having sex, like
right. You got me speechless, right?
Yeah, and
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like coming.
Absolutely, right.
But it's without it's done tastefully enough
for sure
that it gives you a little edge, but it doesn't without making her you know what I mean?
Yeah, she ain't
a sex pot.
Without making her JT.
Yeah, without making her Madonna. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a safe sexy record.
Safe sexy.
Yeah, it's safe sex. This is safe sex.
Right. Prophylactic R&B. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear you, sir.
She put a Jimmy hat on the U87. You know what I mean?
I see where you're going.
This is how far they would allow 22-year-old Beyonce to go to get into her. I'm a woman, and I want to touch on this topic but we still gotta play it safe. So, but I really love this record. I think she sounds amazing.
Sounds great.
I like what it's doing musically. I wasn't too familiar with Fnatic and Sherrod Barnes, but they did their thing. And the guitar man, like the guitar man earned his bread that day, yo.
I'm imagine.
What'd you give it?
I gave it an 8, but I mean, you were very convincing, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5, yo. Because
right.
you know what? You're right. I was so focused on. I felt like it did the same thing throughout, and I was looking for. I think it was just me discussing me, bro. I was looking for smut. I think I was looking for smut. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was very
I'm not
safe.
mad at that.
And I'm realizing, like, this is again 22-year-old Beyonce, but this is why you're my partner. You know what I'm saying? Because you give, you widen the lens and give more context. So yeah, but focusing on what she wasn't giving, I think I didn't give enough credit to the production of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a very well produced. But I mean, sonically, I said it's beautiful, but it's beautiful not just because of the vocals, production as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I bumped it up a little 8.5.
No doubt. I give it a 9.5.
Good enough? No,
Yeah.
9.5. You like.
You
want to go steady. Okay.
I think if they did a little bit more lyrically, like here's what I said.
Okay.
All the lyrics on the album stay very much on the surface.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And this is hard to earn.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
we want to go below, we want to go a few layers deeper, pause.
We want to go to China.
And that's we want to go to China or Pound Town. That's how you like it. Come on, let's go.
Whoa, not a good song. That's not how I like it. This is not how I like it, bro. This is not a good song, man. I forgot about this, and rightfully so.
I didn't forget about it because Hov is on it, and it was always
He's not good on this
for
either.
the whole 20 years. I was always like, they didn't need to do that.
They should have left this in the
They
studio.
did.
You had Crazy in Love, you were being greedy, and this is what happens when you're greedy. This song is not good.
Outside of Crazy in Love, I'm
surprised Jay did this song. Like he let this go.
He was smitten.
He was
smitten.
dangerously in love.
He was dangerously in love. And he alludes to all this in his verse. Like, we're gonna get to his verse, but let me say this: outside of Crazy in Love, I did not like Beyonce and Jay-Z collabs again until they did the Carter's album.
No, I loved On the Run too.
The Tupac joint?
Yeah. No.
Oh no, On the Run,
Yeah.
her joint. Yeah, that was tough. I didn't. Yeah, that was tough.
What? That shit's hard.
I didn't. But yeah, until they did the Carter.
They had a lot of misses though.
Yeah, they had
hated Bonnie and Clyde.
That's such a bad record.
Hated Bonnie and Clyde.
That's such a bad.
Oh,
I
hated
bad
it.
hit record.
And it worked. And I was mad. Like, y'all gonna let this really rock?
Yeah, they let it
y'all
go.
Y'all gonna music industry this shit.
They gonna
force this shit down their fucking ears.
Let it do what it did.
Oh, I hated that record.
So that's how I like it. D-Roy and Mr. B. It has a DeBarge I like it moment. Where she's at with the verses. It seems like she was very much smitten with Hov, right? All of this season
bad,
yeah, but
bad.
but it's written, and this is again where you get into like the safe pop.
It sounds
princess.
like 2003. And it's like, it's one of those, it's like, even then I felt like she, especially Jay-Z, are above this sound. Like, there was a sound. This is a Bow Wow record, bro.
Right.
This is a 106 in Park record.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's fucking the what's supposed to be king and queen. Like, this is not good, man.
Well, this is way before she became the queen.
No, I'm saying, but it's supposed to be regal though. Like Crazy in Love, she came out on some regal shit.
Yeah.
This
is immature.
This is very
juvenile. This is a juvenile like record.
Not the group immature.
Yeah, and not Wody juvenile.
No.
It's young. It sound young as shit.
Oh my god.
And then it sounds like a crush. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't. I'm so baffled that Jay let this shit rock.
He had to open off the New York swag in verse 1, and in verse 2, she's hoping that he likes some of the things about her. In Jay's verse, he is getting into like telling her to kind of put her foot down and let people know that you can make your own decisions. That's what I got from.
I don't know why you explain it. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not
but
good. The intent is one thing. Jay-Z sounds great. Jay-Z also can read a grocery list and it'll sound fucking good. This is not fucking good. I don't care what the intent was.
Just don't forget the cauliflower.
These motherfuckers they're the best in the world at what they do, and to come together on this like why this track? I mean, again, 2003, okay, whatever, but like. Yo, the hook, Jay makes good hooks at this point. Really good
That's
hooks.
how you like it, man. That's how I like it, baby.
What, bro?
Yo, this would have been a tough Bow Wow record.
Thank you.
Tough-
This would have been a
This would've
tough,
tough Shad Moss joint.
Yo, son, this would have been a tough ass
man.
Bow Wow
Nah,
record.
this should have been Bow Wow
This is
Solange.
beneath. This is beneath Jay-Z and Beyonce, man.
Should have been Bow Wow Solange. That would have been tough.
Oh, that'd have been tough.
That'd have been tough.
That'd have been tough.
I'd have copped.
That'd have been tough.
Yeah, man. Especially using the DeBarge moment. I'm like, that
Stop
record
touching.
is.
Yo, stop touching DeBarge, please.
That record is
Stop
so
it.
incredible.
Stop
Why
touching
would you
it.
sully it up?
Stop touching that record.
It is foolishness.
I can't express how much I love
It
that
is
record.
foolishness you bring to the studio.
Right, this putrid attempt at 106. What is this?
Where you going? No, man, get out of here. That should sound like a carousel.
Come on, man.
Carousel music.
Bad record.
What'd you get it, bro?
7.
It's 7.5. That was me being that was generosity.
Yes, you are.
That was generosity. We get into a cover.
Yes, we do.
Close I Get to You featuring
We talk about they lining it up.
the incomparable
Man, listen.
Lufta,
The fucking
D Vandross.
Gizote.
Yo, bro.
Man, listen.
Wait, listen.
Go ahead.
I said I gotta read this shit. It's always good to hear Luther. He sounds like pouring silk in your ears.
If you could pour some,
If you could
if you could
liquefy silk and pour, that's what Luther Vandross sounds like. And also,
I mean, Beyonce, eventually will breastfeed you with liquid gold. So
this is a fact. It's a fact. See what we doing. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
It's also just good to hear Luther. Obviously, I listen to a lot of Luther Vandross, but just on some different shit.
Are you black?
Yeah, I'm still.
You're black. Oh
I'm
yeah.
still. Yeah, it's still Juneteenth. It's still Juneteenth all day long, and summer tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Just hearing Luther on this shit is like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me go and listen to some other Luther shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Luther.
Which is not a bad day.
That's a good day.
Not a bad
That's a
day.
great way to spend time.
Not a bad day at all.
Yo, Toy, you doing something? Yes, I'm actually busy right
I'm
now.
in Lufa.
I'm listening to Loof. With all of that said, though,
did we need this remake?
come on, bro. Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack? Are you kidding me, fam? Are you kidding me? You could have got Jesus, Joseph, and Mary to go in the studio. You're not beating Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
I'm not. You are. There's no retort.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, and these are two of the Beyonce and Luther Vandross, two of the most amazing vocalists, to do it.
Modern day, absolutely.
To do it.
Yeah, I mean, and they also shared this too.
It was on Luther album
Luther
too.
album as well. Yeah.
I mean, it's just solid crooning though. It's solid.
Yeah,
it just does not touch the original. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. It's also a lighter Beyonce. I like my Beyonce, a little muscular, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
I like
her
her
vocally. On the
vocally.
track. Yeah,
I like her when she has
in the
edge. I like when she got that edge to her. I love those records. And it's funny because you don't really hear that on this album. You get it later on.
Right.
The only time you really hear on this album is ironically during ad libs and bridges, right? But that shit that comes later with 4 and all those the B-Day, that. Come on now,
we still on the Close I Get to You. So anyway,
That's what I'm saying. Again, it doesn't even sound bad, right? It's not a lot of negative to say about this song.
It's just that
didn't need to be touched.
We didn't need it.
I never really want to hear anybody next to Luther.
This is the start of a bad trend for Beyonce, bro.
What do you mean?
I don't like her Before I Let Go. I don't like her Isley Brothers. Which joint she did with the Isley Brothers? She just did an Isley Brothers joint over with the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, I don't like her.
We shouldn't do those things.
Yeah, she got to stop.
We shouldn't do those
I
things,
hate
bro.
Before I Let Go, man.
Yeah, it's not good, bro.
Good, man.
And when DJs play, I always give them the evil eye, bro. And I'm not.
You know who's Before I Let Go is actually really good?
Who's?
Vivian Green's.
Oh yeah, well that's because they didn't make Before I Let Go. They flipped it.
He flipped it. You're right. Yeah.
She made Before I Let Go and just put,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Put HBCU drums at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Basically from her Coachella performance.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, don't do that.
HBCU drums.
Don't do that. That's what it was, bro. HBCU drums. What do you give Close I Get to You?
I gave it, I think, an 8.
Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of respect for the culture.
I gave it 8.
Yeah, I gave it a culturally respectable 8.
Yeah. Anywho.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So technically another remake. It is a great Beyonce record, in my opinion.
It's a great Beyonce record, man.
I think that with all of the criticism that we've been giving the album, not bad, but just criticism. This is, to me, Very much in love with Jay-Z, letting people know that
Yes.
Expression
Oh,
album.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this and the next song, I think are just
Yeah.
I think dedicated to Jay-Z.
Right. So while I love that she did Dangerously in Love again, even though it was just on the last album, was because I think it speaks to where she was at in the moment of making this album, like really in love with Hov,
But also,
going against the grain, dangerously, like going against my dad, who's been my manager and my partner and my confidant my whole career and got me to this point. But at some point, you leave the net. Like she's leaving Matthew Knowles.
I'm your daughter, but I'm also somebody else's woman.
Yeah. And so that means everything is gonna change. You know, if you even look at, for as much as we gave shit to That's How You Like It, you know,
We didn't like it.
But if you go through what's being said in the lyrics, even though we don't like how it's being said, it's really you know what I'm saying? It's really like, yo, I like this New York guy. Hov is like, he does it better on Excuse Me, Miss, right? But Hov is like, yo, you know, they see that the baggy jeans and the tilted hat. You see Sean. You really see me. So if you really start to break down what's being said and the messages that they dropping on this album, I love that she does Dangerously in Love, because this feels like I'm talking to you, Hov.
Yeah, for sure.
You got me on some other shit right now.
But and the thing I didn't understand, right, is like, it's a beautiful song.
Right.
I felt like this is actually one of the most well-written songs on the album.
For sure.
Right? But everything is gorgeous. Like, why is love dangerous? She never says why it's dangerous. It's all like, I'll never leave. Keep loving me the way I love you loving me. Like,
well,
it's like,
saying I
your
can't
love
do life,
sets me free. Like,
I can't do life without you here with me is dangerous.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
Well,
That's a dangerous lyric.
Romeo and Juliet. All right.
Just like, if you're not here, I can't do life. Like, what is that? What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dangerous part. And yeah, I guess
Suicide for Color Girls.
It leaves a little bit lyrically to be had, or it could leave a little bit to interpretation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a great record. It's always been a great record. Vocally, she's floating. Oh, this is where I talked about the lyrics. I remember I said I was a song on here.
Yep.
So I got vocally, she's floating. It feels like a 10, but the lyrics in the verse fall a little short. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened.
Felt like a 10 to you?
Yeah. Song wise, musically, sonically, how she sounds over the beat, the passion she's singing with. Like, if you tighten this up lyrically, this record goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This record goes all the way up. But lyrically,
and the lyrics are still good.
The lyrics are good.
Big,
but yeah,
big,
it's just
yeah.
like I said, they fall a tiny bit short lyrically. Yeah, man, it's the chorus is dangerous. I put in parentheses. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's what I got. What you have?
I mean, everything you said. I mean, again, I love the lyrics of what it's saying. Like, you know, your love sets me free. Keep loving me. Even the way she plays with that, right? It's almost like some rap shit. Keep loving me the way that I love you loving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's taking chances too, right? It's not so cookie cutter. It's not
For sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
and I think that's what I didn't love about even Signs, right? It just felt super cookie cutter. But again, that wasn't her pen. That's Missy's pen, right? So that was another thing. But yeah, man, dedicated to Jay. It feels extremely genuine. But you said this feels like a 10, which is crazy because production-wise, sonically, I thought maybe like Speechless sounded closer to a 10 production-wise. You know what I'm saying?
I love the production of Speechless.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like a 10 to me. It just falls a little bit short. I do give it a 9.5 though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll get it 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dangerous in Love is tough. It's tough. It's like one of the toughest records on the album. A gift from Virgo. You said the next two records, Dangerously in Love and this, you feel like are dedicated to Hov.
I also like the production on this record.
On
this record.
Gift from Virgo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It deviates. It's something new.
Definitely
It
different
like
sound.
very more jazz swingy. I really like it. I don't know if the song gels comes all together.
It just feels like an interlude to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it didn't feel like the song completely gelled, but like I was like, damn, I wish she would have like reapproached this song, because you actually take her off. Ironically, like the sound bed is really fucking dope, and it's something different that this album doesn't have. So it could have really been something that stood out and gave this album a little more dimension.
I said that it sounds like a poem that she wrote to Jay-Z.
I mean, isn't the
diary.
interlude before this?
Is that what it says?
Yeah, she has an interlude before this.
Yeah, she did. I skipped over.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying, I think that was kind of the intro into this.
Right, but this still feels sparse enough that it doesn't feel like a full song either.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
It feels like a poem or
definitely sounds like a poem.
That she wrote, or an entry
it's
that
a love
she wrote
letter.
in her journal,
it reads like
or something
a love
like
letter.
that that they put to music. And this definitely. I mean, if someone feels like this about you,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got them.
Yeah,
they hooked.
You know
what I'm saying?
He got her.
But yeah, it's a nice record.
It's a nice record.
It's a nice record.
It's a sweet record.
Sweet,
very
sweet,
very sweet record.
It makes you feel like, damn, that's a beautiful.
That's good.
Like love, when love is love, it's a beautiful thing.
Love is love. It's the best.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing when it's before the toxicity, and because love can also be, for no pun, dangerous, right? Love can also be,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying, like borderline psychotic type
People
shit.
have lost their lives over
love, all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But when love is, when it's blissful, it's just wow. It's a great feeling.
It's the best.
It's the best. It's like getting a fresh pair of Jordans.
A little better. A little better than that. I've had both. It's not really. It's not a comparison here.
I get a fresh pair of Jordans.
Wow, this nigga's married. God damn it.
Being an asshole.
God damn it.
What'd you give?
I got more sneakers than wives. I give it 8.
Give it 8? I give it 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5. And then we get to the final song on the album, Daddy.
Which I did not rate.
An ode to her dad. You did?
I can't rate a song to your father.
Why not?
It's right to your father. I'm like,
I don't even know your pops.
I mean, he didn't cheat on Tina 2 years later. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, I can't. Like, yo, I think it's beautiful to say you'd want your unborn son to be like your dad. I think that's wonderful.
Right.
She got really specific, which I wish she did more in this album.
Shout out to Sir.
You know what I'm saying? I wish she got more specific, like she did here. Like, I mean, the tattoo and like the parents are gonna get the tattoo. Like, that's wonderful. He cried. She went on a date. Like, why? It's like she just didn't give us this. Okay. We didn't get this throughout the album, like this personal pen. It's like she only did it when it was about her father. And it's, again, beautiful, man, beautiful. It was just interesting that this happened before shit hit the fan between the parents.
This shit went crazy.
Yeah.
That happens though, like for so much of your lives, if you've been fortunate enough to have your parents in your lives, a lot of times, I won't say a lot of times. There are some times where you have your parents on this amazing pedestal. Mm-hmm. And at some point you find out that they just human beings and they are flawed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very.
Like one of my biggest things is always still to this day, like, damn, I don't want to disappoint my kids. I don't ever want them to look at me.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
think that's two of the worst things, man. To have created a child that you're not proud of, and I've seen that a lot, right? And to be an adult and not like your parents.
Word.
I think that's a terrible place to be. Unfortunately, not. Anyway,
you
know what I'm saying? Like, parents,
you like your parents.
Had with dad yesterday. You know what I mean? Kicking it on my roof. You know what I mean?
As you should.
He's like, okay, my son's doing okay.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a little girl too, man, especially now Beyonce gets the ability to, she's had success. The things that they set out to do have been accomplished. Yeah. You got this girl group. They went through all the ups and downs. They had success as Destiny Child. I'm going to get you here. I'm going to get you to this solo album point, and we're going to make you this big star. Like, all of that combined with just being a daddy's girl from the South.
No, he helped her make her dream come true.
Absolutely. There's no denying that.
Dad everything. Yeah.
And so, but he is a human. He is a flawed human.
Flawed man.
And
to be human is to be flawed.
Right. And to watch it publicly play out, especially with the advent of the internet, was tough to watch, because how much she loved her dad, how painful it had to be, because you also love your mom.
Super close to
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, super
so
close
how
to
painful that had to be.
Okay now.
And then happen. She's doing excellently. But yeah, man, it's just a beautiful record. Obviously, as a father with a daughter, I love the sentiment. I love the way the reggae makes me feel. This is the first joint where you really feel like it's a true glimpse into who Beyonce is.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost, it's interesting that this is the last song, right? Because it's like, oh, that's what you're capable of. stepping into the future,
moving into the next
Step
shit.
into the
You know what I'm
future.
saying?
Yeah,
It's like a Marvel movie.
Exactly. Oh,
You know what I
Sam
mean?
Jackson in the credits.
Yeah, Sam Jack in the credits, man. I gave this song a 9.
9.
Yep.
I didn't rate this song.
You didn't rate it?
Yeah, I didn't rate it. I think it's up there. It's beautiful. I don't think you can really critique a woman's love for her father, especially knowing what he's done for, he's Joe Jackson without the backhands. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
You know what I mean?
Big fact.
And he helped her.
But maybe back page though.
He helped her become the queen of the fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Biggest ting.
Yeah.
Biggest ting. Overall,
Yeah, man.
my thoughts on Dangerously in Love are album is a dope freshman effort. Obviously, we know she gets better with time, more personal, more mature.
I think it's also good to see.
Still got to finish my synopsis.
I'm sorry, bro. Okay.
More mature.
Wrapping it up.
And has more life experiences to create from. But musically, this is a really good album.
Yeah, I think it's a good album. I think it's a good debut. And again, we've had debuts before. We were like blown out of our socks. You know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? But like, Beyonce is a pop star with a dad who was very focused on his daughter being a pop star at a big record label, and they wanted this to come out the gate and be successful. They weren't. I didn't think they were going to allow her to be artsy. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if she was even ready to be that artsy yet, because she was still trying to find herself. Again, 22 is very young.
Very young.
Right? Very young. Even though you've been in the business for the last 6 years.
You've been in a bubble, though.
For sure. For sure. Right. You came in the game at like, what, 17? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean,
The edgiest you got was in the Nas video. You know what I'm saying?
But how about, but again, to see...
No, being on 50 joint. That was the edgiest thing.
That's the edgiest shit. But to see what she takes from this album and runs with, what she leaves behind, and for the most part, what she takes and what she even creates and evolves with is amazing shit. So it's like, it's good to see her like her ground zero.
This is what I noticed from Beyonce. If you look at where she was at, right, the Missy record, the Scott Storch record, the Big Boy, she moves, she grows, she evolves, she go. You know what I'm saying? Production, sound.
A lot less producers.
They go to the next thing. There's the Frank Ocean moment, They're the Dream moments. They're, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's got the Nova Wave thing happening right now. They don't stick to whatever sound that they were in that moment. Yeah.
They evolve
from it.
Yeah. That's how you grow and become the biggest.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So yeah, overall,
I think it's probably about. It's not a 9. It's about an 8.8.
Yeah. Like 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
It's about an 8.8.
It's about 8.5 for me. Like I said, it's a couple bad songs on this album.
It's some bad songs, but it's overall it's good music. My biggest comment on the album
monsters on it.
is that it's definitely some missiles.
And also it's super
it's a safe album.
But it's also it's super safe. It's also really lopsided. Like missiles in the front, bro. Like those first 5 records are crazy.
But Dangerously in Love, in my opinion, is a very tough record at the end of the album.
100%. I'm saying, but again, top heavy. You compare the second.
Yeah.
If we go 1 through 6, 6 through, you know what I'm talking about?
It tips the scale for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
but it closes
a lot of that like experimentation and a lot of those misses were at the bottom of the album, and it's like, damn, you could have kind of buffered this a little bit, man.
Yeah, how you like it at the end of the album? Close I Get to You.
Shouldn't have been there. It
Saves the Day with Dangerously in Love. Gift from Virgo is beautiful. She closed out with her daddy record.
That's perfect.
You know what I'm saying? That's a great way to close the album. It's a great way to close the episode too, B.
Absolutely, bro. 20 years. Beyonce, Dangerously in Love.
This should have happened in front of a live studio audience with stilettos and short shorts and sundresses.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Juneteenth weekend.
It's nice today too.
It's nice all weekend.
It's
bro.
nice.
I've been outside.
It's nice.
Great.
It's been nice.
Brooklyn loves.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brooklyn loves.
In due time, though. In due time.
Absolutely.
Listen, make sure you like, subscribe, share.
Let's go.
Definitely make sure the Beehive runs with this. Yes, we are honest. We love Beyonce. Obviously.
Absolutely.
I'm a card carrying member of the Beehive. I'm going to see her on concert.
So why'd you get the boot?
August.
How'd you get the boot?
I kicked myself out because I didn't know.
Yourself out.
Yeah, because I forgot about the Big Boy record.
Oh. Okay. Punishing himself, self-punishment.
Yeah, punish myself for the queen bee. But yeah, man, make sure you share it, and we will see your ass soon.
If you want respect, you gotta earn it. Damn right.